Good morning from Montenegro. In today's video, we are going to head to Budva Old Town, and from our hotel, the Iberostar Wave Bellevue, there's actually a tunnel that cuts through and allows us to walk there a lot quicker than we otherwise would be able to. It rather confusingly is from the 4th floor of Block 1 because it's built into the hillside. So you go up to the 4th floor, out of the reception, turn right through the car park, and then the tunnel is on your left hand side. It looks quite cool though. Walking along the seafront from our hotel to Budva itself, there are a lot of what look like beach bars, like proper nighttime, like club vibe style beach bars. I imagine this part of Budva is a little bit more younger and a little bit less family than where we are, given that. The beach also looks a lot more pebbly than the one at the hotel as well. You can see off in the distance there as well an island which is locally known as Hawaii by the locals. A little bit later on in our trip we'll probably be going there on one of our boat excursions, won't we, Elias?
Yep.
Yep. Man of many words. So our walk from our hotel has taken about 35 minutes so far. I'm almost at the old town now. Once you're out of the tunnel, there's not much shade walking along, and it's quite hot already. So we set out about 8:30, thinking we wanted to walk before the temperature got up, but it's already hot. My t-shirt is like absolutely sticking to us, so I think it's got hot early today. A lot of the beaches already seem quite busy nearer to the centre of Budva itself as well. Like in our bay, the beaches seem to get busy slightly later than here. A lot of the sections were already nearly full, even though it was before 9. So I think what we need to do now when we get into the old town is find somewhere for a nice iced coffee or something like that, just to cool down before we start exploring. Welcome to Budva Old Town. Budva Old Town is a settlement dates back around 2,500 years. It was originally settled by the Greeks and later the Romans, but like Kotor, much of its current architecture reflects a later period of Venetian rule. So we've got an ice latte. Clara has got
Strawberry lemonade.
and Elias has got
Mango smoothie.
some nice drinks to cool us down from that walk.
Mine's really nice.
Are you feeling a bit better after having a bit of a drink?
Yes.
Someone was in a grump because of the heat, weren't you? Budva Old Town has a breadth of history dating back a couple of millennia. However, more recently, in 1979, an earthquake devastated much of the town and it had to be rebuilt using the existing stone. There are lots of choices for food inside the old town. You can grab street food like the pizza here, or alternatively, there are lots of restaurants dotted throughout the streets. We might try some local Burek a little bit later on. Budva Old Town has a handful of historic churches which you can visit. If you do, make sure that you're dressed appropriately with shoulders covered, and please respect the no photos and video policies that the churches have. This includes with smartphones. So the headland just behind me here is what separates where we're staying from Budva itself. So we walk from the other side in the next beer lot, all around here. To this side of us is the Citadel, which we will be going to shortly. However, first we're going to be heading this way and walking around Budva's walls. So to come out the city walls, it was €2 per adult, and it was free for the children. But a lot of the information when you look in advance suggests that the price is much higher, but it was surprisingly cheap on the day. The colour of the water just underneath the city walls as well is absolutely beautiful. It's quite reminiscent of when we were in Malta, and we were told that the colour of the water around Malta was mainly because it was predominantly rock, so there wasn't sediment to get churned up to change the colour from the very light aqua that it was. And here you can see straight down, the water's beautiful and like immaculately clear, and you can see that it is rock on the bottom as well. As with the streets of Kotor, Budva Old Town is quite labyrinth-like, and you can get an exceptional view of the picturesque streets below when you're walking along the walls. The walls themselves were built during the Venetian rule to protect against attacks from the Ottoman Empire. Budva Old Town is so pretty from the walls. If, like me, you're into your photography, or even if you're not and just want some pretty images for social media, I definitely recommend doing this little walk around the outside. Hopefully you can see behind me, it is absolutely beautiful. Our guide the other day said that Kotor Old Town and Budva Old Town were quite similar, and I can kind of see it. The streets are very labyrinth-like, just like Kotor was. Again, they're very beautiful, especially when the light catches the right street at the right time. It just looks absolutely stunning with the quite pale buildings and the red roofs. Coming up onto the walls, I think you appreciate it a bit more, seeing it from a slightly different perspective than street level. I think, although I hopefully have some nice photos from around the streets themselves, I think a lot of my best photos are going to come from this wall walk from Old Town Budva today. So now we've walked around the city walls, it's time for us to head to the Citadel. The Citadel in Budva Old Town has a library with comfy seating, which can offer a welcome break from the heat of the midday sun. However, by far and away its biggest selling point is its external terrace above its walls. The fortifications for the Citadel have resulted in hundreds of years of different layers of walls being built to improve the city's defences. This has resulted in many levels of walls and towers that give stunning views over the Adriatic. This includes the bay, views over to Hawaii Island, and views over Budva Old Town itself. Some of the buildings inside the Citadel are ruined, but they still hold a few secrets, such as one which bears a fish logo which has become a symbol of Budva itself. Budva is one of the oldest cities in the Adriatic, dating back to Roman times. There's been settlements in this area since 2500 BC.
We've just been in the Citadel in two churches. I think they were beautiful, but we couldn't take any pictures in the churches.
We're still in Budva Old Town, and just as before we head back to our hotel, we've decided to stop and get a local delicacy, which is Burek. The one that I've gone for is a potato one, and it looks a little bit like a cross between bread and a pastry. That is tasty. I'm looking forward to trying some of the other flavours throughout the next 2 weeks. So it's getting on to the heat of the midday now, isn't it? It's getting hot.
Yeah, it is.
So are you about ready to retire back to the hotel?
Definitely.
Yes. Helps with the press record, doesn't it? That's like what Mummy does. So in our next video, we're going to be doing highlights of Montenegro tour, including heading to Lake Citadel. So if people have enjoyed our Montenegro series and want to see more, what do you think we should do?
Subscribe.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye now.